as we stand up, we reflect upon a couple things. One has been the militarization of police departments all across the country, right? The kind of military spending that takes place in urban areas in order to oppress poor people and people of color, and particularly, in a sense, to continue to victimize young black males and victimize the poor. It is no coincidence. I was saying to somebody that a scripture reading last Sunday in church, it talked about how Shiphrah and Puah, who were two midwives, y'all remember that story, was told to murder the male children before they came out of the womb. And they refused to do it because there has always been a genocide that has been perpetrated against male children. Why? Because it puts fear in the community. When I was in Palestine, one of the things that the occupiers said in Palestine was that their standing orders was to make their presence known. And I asked, what does it mean to make your presence known? It says you apply the laws arbitrarily, you apply it brutally, you remind folks who's in charge that you're not in charge, and don't you ever aspire to be in charge. And all over the country, and indeed all over the world, we're seeing the same paradigm play out. Now in Washington, D.C., just like in Ferguson, the majority of the police department does not live or come from the city. They come from outside. And that is a parallel. And in fact, in Washington, we say that in order to serve on the police department, you've got to have at least 2 years of college education. And then we wonder why young black women and men are dispossessed economically. They don't even have that vehicle. But if they go into the military and serve in the military and are discharged from the military, they can go on to the police force, but you can't get on the police force coming out of Berry Farms or coming out of Potomac Gardens or coming out of any of the public housing projects. So sisters and brothers, we got to change that paradigm. I'm not